another thing I would say is this is not movable. She is static. You know, she is a little grenade. You know, I have no intention of ever touching her. So I'm gonna put her on the shelf and she's gonna stay there just like this in this pose for the rest of her life. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're checking out something very different. Well, different for me, right? So this is the first time I have ever done a kitbash. And by first time, I mean like this is the first time like I've done one on purpose. I don't really count, you know, like the kitbashes that you did as a kid when we were back watching Toonami and stuff. And, you know, that doesn't really count, right? But this is the first time I have purposely done a kitbash on a kit. And man, it has taken me a while to get this to come together. And I'll be honest with you, I'm so glad that this project is done. So what we have here is a frame arm girl that I have smashed together with a SD Gundam. In particular, I've used the Ultron SD Gundam, or rather the Zhang He SD Gundam, and you can check out that video up here. But I smashed that there SD Gundam with the Materia frame arm girl. And just to kind of have a reference of what Materia would normally look like, this is the booklet for Materia. And as you can see, she looks, I would say she looks way different, but if you look closely at my completed kit here and the Materia here, I think you can see kind of the cues there. So this build was actually a build that I did for a end of the year Instagram build with some of my like fellow Instagrammers. And this was for Social Brina and Racebringer's Decades in build, so I'll make sure I leave a link to the both of them up here in the corner. But this was I guess you could call like my entry. It wasn't like a contest or anything. It was just, you know, just one of those community builds that we, you know, everybody participated in. So I decided to participate as well, and this is what I decided to make for my last kit of 2019. Now this actually kind of bled over, and I actually didn't finish this before the end of 2019, just because, you know, this was the first time that I've actually tried to mash or kit bash some kits, especially kits that are from two different ecosystems. You know, frame arm girls and SD Gundams aren't compatible normally at all, period, other than maybe for the fact that she can hold this sword by herself with her standard hand. Other than that, none of their parts are interchangeable. So everything that you see here has to be attached and affixed in a way, you know, on its own. You got to kind of figure out a way to do it. Yeah, I decided, you know, for my last build of 2019, I gave myself something challenging, and this is what I kind of came up with. Now, me personally, I kind of consider this to be a concept. When I think of this kit, this is a concept kit. You know, I do think that overall it came out looking fairly decent in the end, but you know, me as the one that actually built it, you know, I'm probably a little bit harder on myself than other people might be for this kit. But you know, all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. You know, I would definitely do something like this again, but I kind of, like I said, I kind of think this is a concept kit because although it may not be, you know, easy for you all to see right off the bat, there are definitely some mistakes that I made in this kit. And that's to be expected. As you're like going through and you're learning and you're doing new things, you're gonna make mistakes. So for sure there are some mistakes here, but all in all, I'm happy with it. So what we have here, we've used the, as you can tell, the shoulder pieces as well as the dragon fangs from that SD kit. We've also used the front skirt and rear skirt, as well as the two side skirt pieces. But those two side skirt pieces that were on the SD, we've actually moved those down so that they're kind of, you know, in the mid thigh area on the frame arm girl. Also from the SD Gundam, we've also taken the main chest piece here, as well as the V-fin from that main SD Gundam. Other than that, those are the primary components that we actually stole from the SD. Everything else that you see on this kit, actually, I forgot, the feet. So the feet are actually from the SD Gundam as well. These like, they really look like shoes on this kit. But yeah, the feet are actually from the SD Gundam as well. Other than that, everything else is a part of the Frame Arm Girl originally. And obviously, I think the most obvious thing to point out on her, or for changes that we made to her, is the hair color. So if you look at that materia, her hair is actually normally like this, what is this, like a light bluish, kind of purplish kind of color. So we went through and changed her hair color on that to black, just because I felt like the blue wouldn't really match with the rest of this. We also went through and painted all of her torso pieces here, like these kind of like armor pieces that she has. And we went through and painted all of her body pieces as well. So this is actually a flesh tone paint that we got from USA Gundam. We just ordered up some flesh tone paint and they shipped that over. So that's what you're seeing here for her skin tone. And because we went ahead and repainted her skin tone, I had to go in and add in some new eyes for her. So luckily the Frame Arm Girls, if you've done them, you know they come with lots of options, including extra eyes. So I went through and painted everything, and then I have another set of eyes. I just, you know, kind of put those on as well. And those are water slides, so they're very easy to go on. Now, as far as the painting for this kit, it's actually was really pretty simple. Everything was primered, of course, with Mr. Hobby's 1200. And then we just have like a basic green. I used a basic green here that I picked up. And this is a Mr. Hobby's green, kind of like a forest kind of green kind of color. And everything was sprayed down, or all the armor pieces rather, were sprayed in this forest green. And that was a lacquer. From there, everything else that you see as far as color separation is all done in enamel. So one thing I really love to do is do a lacquer base paint and then use enamels to kind of do like some really nice detail painting on the surface. So that's what's happened here. Everything is sprayed in green, and then I've used enamel golds, enamel light grays and dark grays and blacks to kind of, you know, break up the colors everywhere else that you see. And the great thing about that is with enamels on top of lacquers, you can put the enamel on and then just kind of just wipe away what color you don't want. And what you are left with is, you know, a beautiful, you know, line that you've kind of highlighted in a particular color. Hopefully I made Social Brina and Ray Springer proud with my decades end build here. And I think I'll definitely be trying to do some more of these. I will say that, you know, this was a huge learning experience, like huge learning experience, but that's what it's all about. But it'll probably be a little while before I try to tackle another one of these, because one of the hardest parts of trying to figure out how to build one of these things is just trying to figure out like how to attach these non-compatible parts. And unfortunately, I don't really see too many builders out there that really have video on smashing kits like this together. If you guys know of some builders that you know, do that type of thing, definitely leave them down below. I'd love to check them out. But as I begin to figure this out, I'll probably definitely put up some more videos like that. But I'm happy to say, all in all, it came out pretty decent. And as I figure it out a little bit more, I will definitely share that with you all, so that you guys can see how to make stuff like this if you enjoy it. So yeah, and you know, another thing I would say is this is not movable. She is static. You know, she is a little grenade. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I say that she's kind of a concept is, you know, I have no intention of ever touching her. So I'm gonna put her on the shelf and she's gonna stay there just like this in this pose for the rest of her life. It was a fun build. It was a fun build. I'm glad I did it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave us a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. If you're looking to support the channel and you guys enjoy the content we create, be sure to check out our Patreon. And yeah, get out there, build something great. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace. Also, real quick before I forget, if you guys want to see some more high-res pictures of this kit here, be sure to check out our Instagram. I'll leave a link in the corner. And you guys can see some more pics of this kit here that I need to come up with a name for.
Follows you like a shadow, yeah. We gon' end up in the gallows.